Student participation in curriculum design is very much the part of the ethos of Exeter University. This particular project, where we're getting students to lead an audit on employability within the mathematics and engineering degree programs, is something that I've dreamt up over the last year, and we've received funding from the National HE STEM programme for. I've worked with students for mathematics and engineering for the last 6 weeks now, 1 day a week, and it's just been incredible working alongside them as they've started to understand the sorts of employable skills that they're going to need to develop over the course of their degree, and take us to task over the extent to which they are developed within their degree programs, assessed within their degree programs. And then they've identified the holes there and worked together to try and make small changes sometimes that will have a big impact on the student population, but also work on new modules to design in some of these employability skills. Students are the key stakeholder in our degree provision, and so it's essential that because they are taking degrees to invest in their future, that they're satisfied that we're doing all we can to promote employability within our degree programs, and they, being at the receiving end of the degree provision, are best placed to perform this audit. There have been certain elements of the audit that have surprised me. There are many aspects of the degree that they're very happy with, and certain things that even I hadn't thought about before I started the project that they've identified simply are missing from, for example, our mathematics degree, the idea of commercial awareness. Not something we touch on very much at all. And so it's opened my eyes as well in terms of the sorts of skills we need to be thinking even more carefully about as we develop our degree programs. One of the things that struck me as the students were doing the audit, and I hadn't really thought about to begin with, was making sure that we retained as much of the good practice as we could when we were redesigning things. So as an example, the students have been redesigning for me our third year group project module. It used to be an individual project module, and now it's going to involve a lot more teamwork and open-ended problems. And the first thing they said to me when they started to design that third year group project module was, let's not lose all the great stuff that happens with the individual project. So by doing that audit and having seen what skills are developed by that individual project module, we've been able to incorporate those better into our newly designed module. In the new climate for higher education, working with students to deliver the degrees that they want and are of most value to them in the graduate market is going to be essential. A number of years ago, our degrees were tailored towards perhaps the top 5% who would go on to research and academic careers. That's no longer the case. We're starting to look also at that 95% who will go out into the jobs market and need to be equipped with the skills that are required there. With the advent of £9,000 tuition fees, students are going to be asking increasingly difficult questions about what their money is being spent on and what they're getting in terms of value for that money. They're investing in their future, and they want to see that we put everything into making sure that they are as employable as possible when they graduate. I would recommend this model of student engagement to any institution that's really serious about making sure that its degrees hit its target audience, namely its students and the graduate employers that are going to recruit them.